Yay. Yay. Map making hype hippa hype hippa hype hype.
Good evening. How's it going, folks? Hope you're having a good weekend this far. No, well, okay, yes. Good.
Yay, math making.
Yay.
/show/
/show/ indeed. Hello, Nat. Hello, Black Squirrel. Hello, Tomorrow. Thank you. I don't exactly know. Delmesium Z? Or D Helmesiums? C? I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you for the follow.
Hype hippie hype train.
The hippie train. Thank you, your favorite pet rock, for the follow. Welcome in. And no, don't. I saw your comment from before. Don't feel like you're kind of the cause of this or something. It's a thing I want to do. Thank you, Noinainser, for 51 months. Just gotta add 40 to that. That's a long time, a lot of support. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Winar, for 57 months. Holy smokes. Those numbers are getting quite large. And thank you, Blackscore, for the tier 2 and the 41 months.
Yay.
Very much appreciate that. Thank you, Davey, for the follow as well. Welcome in. Yeah, so I'm in this random world because the seasons pack currently does not load. If we just season pack, it does this. So we can't be in that world. We'll chill out in this random like upgrade test world that I made for a while until we can figure out how to get the pack to load, which should be reasonable. So like I'm gonna do this in a couple of steps. The first step is to just get the pack upgraded. Like not changing anything, not adding anything, just get the pack to work on 1.21.5. That's step 1. Step 2 is like adding a bunch of stuff to it that is just like extensions to the current thing, right? There are a bunch of new flowers. There's that kind of stuff.
Yay.
And my chat has paused for some reason. There we go. And then step 3 is potentially I want to use some of the new features from this version to add more stuff to the pack. I don't know, Kronos? I have no idea how to pronounce that if you were going to put the Q in there, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's see how much of my streaming setup for the stuff that still works. That did not work. Did this? No. There we go. How's that? Is that readable? Why is it? Maybe we do this. No, we don't. It's oddly cut off on the top end. Yes. The main kind of build thing for this pack is a Python script. Why? Where is my thing? Hold on. This is what might be a little bit of a setup stuff. My favorite snake. Oh, what is good? Oh, I see. It's not the. This. I see. Background. There. That looks so. A little more maybe. Now it's in that. That's fine. It's fine. I guess the first thing we should look at is probably. What the heck is things? Data. Okay, maybe not. No, that's not what I want. Pack types matter. Oh, this is not even updated. Well done. Pack format for 1.21.5 is what now? Oh yeah, look. Google is suggesting this fine video for me. It's not quite what I want to watch right now, though, but that's pretty cool. 71. Pretty good. I'm going to pull up this changelog anyway, because we might need it. There's a lot of stuff in here. 71, 55. Okay. All right. So that isn't going to do much, but it should. We might need to. Actually, I'm going to restart this. Choo-choo. Thank you so much for the level 2 hype train. Appreciate that. Don't need these things, Visual Studio. Thank you. I think this should mean that we will get at least some kind of highlights in Play Datapack Helper Plus, and should hopefully let us know when things aren't working. Why isn't how did you do this?
Oh, look, a button.
Oh, look, a button. Thank you so much, Tired Button. Thank you so much for 43
Yay.
months. Holy smokes. And thank you, Mr. Cheese, for the follow. That's a good name. What is the... Oh, it's Alt-C. Okay. Let's see. That is slightly not right. Something like that is probably good. Okay. So that, I guess we just go walk. Actually, one thing I probably should do is just look at the log file and see what the problem was. Because it should tell me. Failed to load level of data packs. Can't proceed with level load. Sure. So what was the problem with the pack? Sarchvisor, thank you so much for the second month. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Oh, placed feature. Okay. Oh, of course, yes. I need, probably the first thing I should do is just regenerate the pack. There's a bunch of stuff in there that is not fully gonna work, I think, but to begin with, that should give us... That sub is for 6 months in advance. Wait, what? I cannot see that in my display. Wow. Well, holy smokes. Thank you so much. That's something. Wow. Also, I ran the build script now, so maybe we start by trying to load again to see what happens. What was my keybind for this? That. Okay, cool. Seasons. I know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. I don't quite know what the state of this world was in. This is kind of just for testing. One note here is that basically all the grass is gone. Can you hear pirate software in the background? Well, you know what's better than a development stream is obviously 2 development streams. Season 0, that would mean that it's currently summer and raining. This is, I presume, snow. I don't think we should... Oh, God. Snow. Yeah.
Yay.
So I don't think we should care too much about the state of this world, but I do know that... It sounds like an English song.
Yay.
Yeah, indeed. I do know that there's an issue about the snowing of plants. That it's apparently they pop too easily or whatever, but we can think about that. I'm not quite sure. Let's see.
Do you have do/frost effects in your pack?
No. There's a whole list of what this pack supports on the page. Well, you wouldn't. Yeah, it's linked in the description of the stream on YouTube. But to give you a quick kind of rundown, it's basically when it comes to snow and stuff like that, it will snow over winter, it will layer up, it will freeze the water over winter, and then when like spring comes, it will melt away those again. It doesn't really have like any I don't know what I'd say. It doesn't have like small effects like that, really. It's more kind of the wide swaths of winter. I do. So let me. Okay, how did I do this? That this way? Yes. So this is update winter blocks, the function, and it is complaining about the biome tag season snowy that is not declared. And I agree, it does not seem to exist. There's winter snowy. No, wait, I'm not looking at tags, never mind. World Gen snowy. It does exist. Why are you complaining about that? Seasons snowy. It's called snowy. Yeah, okay. I don't quite know why that isn't working. Or why it's complaining here. Tag world. Oh, wait. Oh, it's tags still. Wait. They are still called tags though, right? Tags, World Gym Biome, block. Yeah, these are the new names. Function. Yeah, that was last update. That is not the problem. I am not sure why it's complaining here, but I think it's wrong. Sure. Here is seasons snowy. That is exactly what it says in there, and that does exist. Yes. Okay. I don't know why, but that is apparently a spyglass problem. So, oh my goodness. What do I look at? I opened something and then accidentally hit the keybind to close it. Oh, it's just not finding any of the tags. Data seasons. Tags. Tag is snow exist. No. It's just snowy. Seasons : snowy. Some magic to fix most Spyglass issues. Control-Shift-P and run Spyglass reset project cache. Control-Shift-P. Okay. Well, we did do something. Should know the game version from the pack version, because the pack declares the version. But yes, that does seem to have changed something. Although now I'm not certain if it's like not checking everything, just because I haven't opened it. These are all generated, so they should be fine. It looks like it's fine now. Can I not have text over text here? It will reissue it now at the bottom left of the status bar. Bottom left. Errors 19. Yes. Now it's only complaining about my templates, which are obviously not a... Like, they don't have valid... like, they're not valid functions or whatever. I guess, you know, we'll have this in here. Not that, like, I don't know. Could that be a macro now? I don't know. Maybe it could. Do I want it to be a macro? Probably not. Anyway, it's not... That's not gonna make a difference, though. I guess... Okay. What else would have broken? One thing that certainly would have broken is... Hold on, where do I have that? Tags, block, meltables, ice, snow, that's fine. Snowable plants. Short grass. That was already changed then. That used to be grass, but that's been changed, I guess. Okay. Thank you, Archie. It's been slow, but I'm glad it's starting to get there. I guess we just try here. Time add. Just add 40 days. We should now be in winter. Maybe do this again. Season 2. Yes. I mean, this is the finest place as any, I suppose. Weather, rain. Okay, so it is converting. All right, let's stop the sprint. The report was claiming that things that get snowed in pop immediately. But obviously it's hard to see because you don't know in advance what's about to be snowed in. That snowed in the plant, didn't it? I'm not seeing anything pop. Alright, let's do this again. No, these are not popping. So I'm not seeing anything wrong here. One thing I did notice is when winter was over, there was very little actual, like, grass left. So that does indicate that something was wrong. Maybe... Oh, here's something popped. That's interesting. So is it just like sometimes? Yeah, something is... The stuff is definitely popping out. Why is stuff popping out? It is snowing here. It's not... Okay. That's weird. It's not popping like immediately. It's popping quite late. Like it's chilling for quite a while. And this place is just refusing to turn to actual winter. So that's how it's gonna be. It's random. Oh, what do I have? Range 12. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so what... Why is that started happening is the question that we should try to figure out. This way. Okay. Check snowed plant. So restore snowed plant and pop snow. Is this pop node plant? I would presume. So popped snowed plant is only called from this place. It's check snowed plant. So if there's wait. Okay, so how do we get here then? Okay, so from a number of different places. We execute as the marker with season snow, checked snow plant. That's check snowed plants. Melt last layer also does this thing. Also as the marker in that place. Tick. Oh, that runs the plants one. And so does this. Okay. So it's when melting the last layer of snow, and it's just randomly checking. It didn't look like it was melting the last. Wait. Is like replacing two different stage, like place and fill on grass space. That is not it. Execute aligned in the center, and then we're just looking for a marker that's right there, very, very close, and then we run the check snowed plant. And this just runs it within a larger area, but still at that place. What about this? This does not run it at. That's interesting. I mean, obviously, we're already super, super close to that position. Probably actually at that position, but it is a difference, so we'll run that. I don't think it matters, but who knows? It's in the center of the block also. The entity is located at the very, very center of the block. That is kind of marking. So if the position is air... Wait, yeah, hold on. If the position is air, and the block below is not air, then add melting to the thing. Wait. This is really weird. So if it is melting, then restore it. Otherwise, pop it. So yeah, it would be popping. But why is it calling this at all? So it's not melting last snow layer. So that would indicate that it's it's always calling this checked snowed plants though. So that will just always pop them. I do not understand this. So here, it's at the end of the tick, and it's also in update season blocks. Both of those kind of seem wrong to me. Unless this thing checks for season, but it doesn't. And nothing in here checks for season, as far as I can tell. The melt last snow layer should definitely do this thing. That makes sense, but I am very confused. Season snow. So this doesn't check for a season, so it makes absolute sense that they pop. Like as soon as random position is selected that has snowed and blocks next to it, it's gonna pop them. What have I done? What have I done to this file in particular? Check snowed plant, check snowed plants. Those could be maybe prime suspects here. We can do a quick check on what the history is on this file. I haven't done anything. Like, I renamed this because the folder name changed, but it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't changed in a long time, so it's not a change to this file that made it. So it's probably the file that drives either this or checked snowed plant, plural. Fix flowers. This is also not changed recently. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what happened here, what I did to cause it, but I guess we just try to fix it. And then the question is, what is the best place to try to fix it? Possibly here. And I guess well, maybe not. Oh, wait. This is still valid. Okay, hold on. I see. This is still valid because if I go and place a block, if I replace the snow layer, then it's supposed to pop the thing, even if it's still winter. That's what this is trying to say. But I think the key here is that if the block is not air, well, if the block is snow, then we should do nothing. I mean, fail, I guess. Snow or snow layer. Snow, I mean, snow is snow block, right? And snow layer is actually snow. Yeah. The snow is snow layer. If it is snow, if it's a snow block, then I actually think it should pop, because that means the player has placed a snow block there. Because the pack will only ever, well, actually, yeah. The pack will only ever replace it with one snow layer, and then the game will keep accumulating snow layers on top of that one layer, but that just changes the block state to have more layers. It doesn't ever change the block into a different block. So I guess all of that said, I think that fixes the bug, but I don't know that it does. But we can find out. I mean, now this area is kind of wrecked. Maybe we go to a new area. RIP.
Yay.
Tick rate. Or not tick rate, bit rate. Here's a bunch of flowers. Let's go over here and have some winter party. And let's... I should have a tick sprint thing here. Yeah. I'm glad I at least understand enough to follow along at this point. Very nice. While we're chilling here, waiting, very literally, Arista, thank you for the follow. Nova Nocturnus, thank you for the follow. Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Super Sue, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. And thank you, what is that, Miketu, for the follow. All right, so essentially, we're just kind of, it doesn't really matter exactly how it looks now. We just kind of are waiting to see that we don't have anything popping out of these snow blocks. And of course, we get a random bad luck of having the one area I'm focused on not turn winter quickly. That's great. Okay, now most of it's turning. I'm still not seeing anything pop, which is good. I am still in creative, so that's good. If I was in spectator, I think it doesn't work. I saw a flower get covered and not pop off. Well, that's a good start, but I think what happened last time was it got covered, it didn't pop off, and then popped off a little bit later. So we're not quite home free yet. Okay, there we go. Now everything kind of is starting to turn wintry. Okay. I'm definitely seeing stuff snowing in here. Like there's a bunch of flowers and stuff popping away and becoming snow. Guess this is a problem. Like tall grass, we don't have a way to get tall grass snowed in. But maybe that's the thing to work on. We also don't have a way to get like leaf litter and those things snowed in. And honestly, I kind of want the same thing, but with leaf litter. I want to be able to build leaf litter up in the autumn. Maybe even have leaf litter cover flowers, but that, you know, that's stage 2 here. Okay, but I want to say that this is probably quite good. What kind of performance are we running at now? That's actually surprisingly good. It might be solved. The thing to keep in mind is the other important part of this is that when the snow melts, the thing pops back in, right? Otherwise, we haven't really fixed anything. It still kind of just deletes the flowers, which would suck. Bedtime for you. All right. Thank you, Miketu. Great to see you for a short while. All right. Well, I mean, the rest of it's going to be random. Be nice to have like a good view that has basically all of the flowers snowed in. But I guess we do something like this. It's just a one dandelion up in the corner and a few grass. So what I'm going to do then is time add. We can just go to spring, I think. It's day 51. We had 9 days to this. We should end up in season 3, which is spring. And then, yeah, okay, so this turned into not snow anymore. Now we sprint some more, see what happens. And what should be happening is more and more of this stuff should turn into raining instead of snowing. Snow should be melting, and then eventually, when the last snow layer melts, we should get our flowers and grass back. That's what I'm hoping. This is another problem, and that's mostly a problem with the game. It's not a problem with the pack. If you get more than one snow layer, grass decays, which sucks. I have the pack kind of trying to counteract it by we actually don't need the rain anymore. We can save the bitrate. If it snows in a plant, it will record if there was grass underneath that plant and then put the grass back when it melts the snow layer, just to avoid the whole thing just becoming dirt. And then the game will spread the grass back onto it. It's not ideal, but honestly, the fix should be in the game and not the pack. The only other way I can think of solving it would be to record a massive amount of more data, probably adding more markers and stuff. And this pack already adds a gazillion markers. Is that grass there, or did it pop back in? It is so hard to tell. Can't look at the entire screen at once. Let's do this again. I don't know if it was sprinting. Okay. It is melting. Oh, that dandelion definitely popped back in, and there is grass underneath it. So that's the question: is does like short grass pop back in? Yes, that was one, right? It's still very, very desaturated. I can't remember how this works, but it is supposed to turn. Like, it does turn more green there, and I guess it's because there's no snow left. But yeah, that is so not great. Let's. Thick sprint is not doing super much, to be honest. Let's see this. It's still running nicely, though. I don't know. We kind of need to just chill around until the snow melts fully here. Pack doesn't work in a big area anyway, so you could turn on render distance to have tick sprint do more. Well, I don't know what my simulation distance is set to. It's set to 12. So my simulation distance matches my pack simulation distance, if you will. But we can pull down. I'm not sure that's going to make that much of a difference. Let's just do that, and then more tick sprint. That's moving. Maybe it's moving a little faster than before. I mean, I think we can conclusively say that fixed the plant problem. But that must have been broken for a long time then. That's not great. Okay. But I mean, the great part is we made progress. I don't even know, like, this kind of works, right? This mostly, I think, is a correct upgrade to 1.21.5. It's not showing any like errors. It's not. I'm not seeing any obvious signs that something is wrong. So maybe that is like the stage 1 done. Well, now you can see the sprinting when the horse moves. It is just derping. Hyperspeed. All right, so yeah, I mean, it is intended to take quite a while for it to melt, but also I'm a little worried by the fact that we are getting these, like... I can't see a thing with all this, God. How do I... This, and I... Board object set this sidebar. It's 8 layers. So... And it's the same that we saw over there before when we started in summer. It's like there's this like one just block of snow, solid block of snow that just kind of sits around. So I'm not sure what that's about. It is kind of melting off, like, I guess. Let's turn this back on. What day is it? 62. So we're 2 days into spring. I mean, it's, I guess, fine as long as we get like,
yay.
As long as we get to the point where almost everything is melted by like day 5 or something, then it's probably good. There's Suffix. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I have no idea if this is still sprinting, but we'll keep sprinting. I'm not entirely sure that there isn't a bug with 8-layered things or something. There is also a system that when it's in summer or even fall, I think, it will melt snow much faster. So it'll kind of try to catch up if it encounters a snowy area that it should be in summer. Because that can happen, right? You can just not be in an area when seasons turn. So there has to be kind of a catch-up mechanism. Is it not searching to replace snow blocks also? No. Because snow blocks never get set by the pack. And I mean, it looks like kind of like it has reduced the layers on almost everything now. This, I think, is an 8-layered snow, but it's still snow. It's not a snow block. Because... there's nothing that sets a full snow block like that. But it is a whole lot of random stuff, so of course it's possible that just it will miss the random snow block. And it looks a bit ugly, so maybe there would be some value in doing something like if it encounters a snow that is trying to melt, but there's a much thicker layer of snow next to it, then melt that one instead or something like that. I don't know. Try to keep it kind of uniform. Because this doesn't look very good when there's just like one huge chunk of snow left. Like this. That is seemingly mostly doing what it should. Day 63. Yeah. Still wondering why it's not turning this into... It's winter melting. I guess it's melting because there is still snow. I think I didn't want it to turn away from this whitish color while there was still snow there. Because it looks weird if it starts turning to green while it's still snowy. So kind of winter kind of just stays for a little bit into spring. Which I think makes sense. Let's see, what are we at? We're at a couple of minutes out from... Alright, I don't also know like how long we'll go today. I have still, like, since I came back from Tokyo and then immediately got sick, my like circadian rhythm is slightly different, and I've been quite tired and stuff lately. But I've been going to bed much earlier and getting up much earlier, which has kind of been nice, but it doesn't fit at all with streaming. I think one thing we should do here is go back to the pack metadata again and just say that this is now .6. How differentiated the 8-layer snow to other snow layering code? It would be in the melting function that it could have something wrong, right? Oh yeah, it's interesting. So when it's 8 layers, it melts down to 5 layers immediately. Or supposedly. So it's already kind of, and then there's this melt fast thing, which just melts it right away. It just essentially says, just get rid of it as if it was the last layer. Okay. Well, this seems to be doing its thing. We are coming up on an ad break. Twitch really wants us ads. Gotta get it out of its system. So we'll take a little bit of a break here. It'll be 3 minutes or so. If you're a sub, you don't get the ads. You get to see fun clips instead. And I don't really have much of a choice in the matter, so I'm sorry. Don't feel like you have to stick around and watch the ads. Feel free to, walk away, fill up your drinks, grab some snacks, and we'll be right back.
Am I actually out?
Yeah.
I really need to go get more sugarcane. What? What? Oh! Oh, it was a bullet from when we were transporting the shulker yesterday. It's been unloaded. Oh, that's amazing. The random levitation in the overworld just out of nowhere. Come on, drop your hide, please. If I can start. That's just awful. That's another grown-up one, yeah. Really? That's no. Unacceptable. What the heck? 2 rabbits, they both drop the rare drop and neither of the common drops. Like, what? And we're gonna go straight down until we find a block where we can stand, which is here. Great. Switch back to... You were onto something with the unlucky 13. So... now we're set, now we're...
This will be a short one.
I was going to, calmly explain that this is how we set it up, and now we're ready to start.
Best start ever.
Do you want to bet, chat? How many of you think that I'll even get into the world before we get a game over screen? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Wow. Alright, here we go. I guess so. Just what? Alright.
It can only
there's a
get better
piglet.
from now
There's a
on.
piglet. This is soul sound. I can't. Yes. Okay. Yep.
Wow.
I think
I might be able to actually shoot in there from up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if I can drop an arrow into there from here, but I don't think so.
I think I'm still not high enough.
Maybe if you don't fully charge the bow, so it
Yeah, but
we're
it
both
needs
we're
to
both trying the
stay.
same thing. We might have to be so high up that it's barely visible. Like, I have 5 shots, I think.
I have 6.
That was too low.
I have 5.
Oh, you got it.
I got it.
Oh,
Oh, nice one, GG.
great.
Well, now just to get down.
Wow.
I don't have
You'll be
pickaxe
fine.
enough to do this.
All right, we're back. This has kind of been running in the background. And we are now day 66, which means we're 6 days into spring. And there is a bunch of snow still around. And keep in mind that this is still with the in the situation where we didn't even have a full winter. Like, it didn't fully cover the ground with snow. So I'm not entirely like in here. Like, there's this just one block that's just full. So I'm not sure. So this has just not been hit at all. I mean, it is converting to spring quite visibly. Maybe it's fine. This is just annoying me a little bit. But my take on this is, like, pack kind of works. Or at least to the degree that it worked before. It now works again. So I think that we can conclude that that is, you know, step 1 kind of done. We have much more to do, but that is a good first step. Okay, so what is next? I like the idea of melting neighboring blocks. Yeah, it's just I think I do that. Maybe let's look at, like, the melt fast thing. Melt. I think that might do that. Yeah, update block summer will run melt on, like, a 3x3 thing. So what does update block spring do? Set winter melting. Wait, if update random is 0 and it's air, set spring. Alright, so replace winter snowy with winter melting. But it would be update season blocks, which I guess is non-winter blocks in this case. Hey, Albinton. Which, if the biome can melt, and the block is meltable, then melt it. Fine. It looks like there's a space in that update random tag. I don't know where it was. You talking about? Wait, update. Not here. It's not the winter blocks. This still is not coming up as correct, but I have no idea why. It obviously exists and works. Update spring. I mean, this is correct. This is updating a single column of biomes, which also seems fine. Set spring biome. If check surrounding snow. Oh yeah, it's checking. Oh, that's interesting. So it's looking. This is what? A 3x3x3? Yeah. So it's checking all of those positions around. Wonder why it's not checking. Wonder why it's not checking with height maps. It's possible that it's made before height maps were a thing. It's also possible I did this for a good reason. The thing that makes me hesitate a little bit is this melt thing. I mean, if there's one layer, then set spring biome. Wait, if seasons... Oh. Wait. That is surely not right. Season matching 3 would be fall. And it's set spring biome. That makes no sense. Alright, so this is melting a thing. And if the season is... I guess you could say the little bit of persistent snow is representative of mid-spring snowstorms. April, occasional, May, rare. Yeah. Could be. I mean, it is meant to just be like a little random, but actually, let's take a look in here now, because this is really interesting. I mean, how reasonable is this? They're certainly within update range. So the thing that the thing that makes me hesitate a little bit is that these are a kind of full block. And so if we're using a height map, which I am in some cases of the pack, then potentially a height map hit here hits above, whereas a height map hit here hits, well, like here, hits inside the block space of the snow. It's also possible that because they're on a slope, there's less ability to hit them or something. Did I say thank you to you? Dumpstar Fire Deb, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So the thing I'm suspecting a little bit, obviously sometimes it works. So but like the fact that the blocks that are really tall seem to be the ones that are off and left. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like they are very visible. I don't know. It's random, you know, so it could just be that it happened to be that way. Obviously, there are other small clumps. But yeah, another thing you could think about is, should they melt faster when there's no snow around them? I am a little bit worried about like just doing too much work in these functions because there is a very heavyweight pack. But we are in day 7 out of spring. We're almost halfway through spring, and I don't like the fact that it's looking like this. But one thing that seems reasonable to me is that this should be a 1. No? Yes. No, wait. No, it is correct. 0 is summer. That means 2 is... No, this is correct. So when it's melting the last snow layer somewhere, it's supposed to set the thing to spring biome. What I am... Because this is... Oh, this is winter bear. Winter bear? Hold on, what? That explains why it's not even trying to melt it. What? Yeah, I've been within range of these. So is that true for default? This is winter melting. Okay, I want to say that these are probably different problems. Let me get back to this for you. Because these are all like either spring or melting. Whereas over here, it's winter bear. So there's a section here that's just still winter. For some reason. So one problem we have, almost certainly, is that the thing that's supposed to set it to be melting, update spring, set winter melting, is for some reason not in this particular place. But this really... Is it like being messed up by the fact that there's lava next to it? Where are we calling this? I did initially, this pack used spread players to randomize positions, which I had to move away from because it got confused by liquids. But I did move away from that. And this is really updating the entire column. What is this then? This is a winter one. I can't see anything here. It's a plains. It's seasons winter bear plains. Winter. Wait, yeah, it's here. Plains. The plains. Winter snow. Wait. Oh. We're only replacing snowy winter with melting, not bear. Okay, interesting. So somehow we ended up with snowy snow, like we ended up with snow layers accumulating on top of biomes that never progressed from bare winter to snowy winter, which means that we never got the like white grass color in here, but also the snow is accumulated by the game. Like it's not only it's not the pack only. So I think there was a thing here. Yes, this only sets... Actually, this only sets the spring biome if this position is air. Which is interesting. So the problem with this is winter melting is still white in grass color. So if we change this to be just all kinds of plains, then it would turn white all of a sudden, which isn't great. Um, but it never melts. Oh. Because the biome never updates. So we're stuck in the situation. So I kind of feel like this set winter melting should also it creates no marker biome. Set winter melting. I kind of feel like this should set the spring biome if it is bare. It will double the thing. So instead of winter melting, it would set spring default if it is winter bare. Let me try that. So then it will look like this, which is quite a lot, but I guess maybe that's fine. Reload. So what we want to see now is this at some point turns into spring default. I suppose you should also set it to melting if it is bare but has snow in it. Yeah, but that would require detecting in that case. Do I know who is Penguin Zero? I mean, do I know of him? Yes. Do I know him? No. Also, don't really care. This is certainly in a category of YouTubers that I don't pay much attention to. Generally speaking. Winter Bear. I mean, that was a reload of a function, so that should have reloaded, even if the pack is a bunch of experimental stuff. Your voice in your old video sounds so much like him. I've heard that a couple of times before, yeah. Not super common, but I've heard it. The 4 layer in the back isn't melting. I mean, this one. I mean, yeah, it is random, right? So it's really hard to tell. Like, we're kind of relying on a random selection of positions hitting every single block space in the world, every XZ coordinate. Hi, Black Dragon. I'm doing okay. Still tired. Today, actually, was the first time I properly exercised since I got sick. Still Winter Bear, but I mean, let's just take sprint again. What in the world? Okay, my YouTube view on the stream has gone stuck. I hope I can get it unstuck. Hold on. Okay. No, I think that fixed it. Okay. It's still Winter Bear. This is just a function. That is surely reloadable. Morning for me, it's 21:30. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Time zones. So this is reloading here. We can do another reload. I'm sure I did it. But there's, yeah, this is still winter melting, which I also don't know what it is. Anytime it melts the last, oh, that's interesting. Anytime it melts the last layer. Okay, this updated now. Okay, look, it's melting. Spring default. Okay, so either I didn't, no, it's not summer. It's still spring. I'm gonna make myself some tea. Very nice. All right, so that certainly fixed that problem. There's still an issue of like random bits and bobs of snow sticking around, which I don't like. It is melting. It's just slow. I would like if maybe that actually, it might have been just that problem. Maybe at a certain day in spring/summer you can change it from random to just run on all blocks. No, that would be way too slow. That's why it's random. What happens when it's summer is it starts running, instead of just running on the one random blocks, it starts running on a 3x3 area around the randomly chosen block. And it starts completely melting any snow it finds there. Sheep has the zoomies. That's what Tick Sprint does to you. Okay, well that, at least this is a fix I should keep. So bare winter biome with snow in it never melting is fixed there. I guess I should also be doing, I do have issues open here. Snow plants are broken by snows. Issue 31. What's this thing? What else? Bunch of suggestions. Stop seasons, change, uninstall all seasons. 28, okay. Hi, Infinity. Welcome in. How's it going? Let's do that again. I mean, it's working away at them. Now that that's fixed, these are melting at a reasonable pace. I think there are a few snow blocks left, but it's mostly good. We are almost halfway through spring. If the seasons are 20 days base, snow should be all melted for the 10. Maybe you can speed up. I mean, it is essentially that, right? We're coming up on day 10. There's very little snow left. There are only a couple of random things. So I think the balance is kinda okay. It does also, like, the seasons lag, right? It's not gonna turn all snowy on the first day of winter. It's going to start turning wintry, and then after a while. So the first day of winter is really the first day when it can start turning wintry, not the first day of winter, right? If that makes sense. So Blaze might not load the same area all the time. That's true. So that it complicates things a whole lot more. That's why I have the summer catch-up thing, right? Which is essentially, if you come to a winter place and it's summer, it's just gonna really melt everything very quickly. Still gonna be random, you know, but it's gonna really melt. And it's probably not gonna look the best. All right, so that's dawn of day 10, I think. Yeah, there. Dawn of day 10, I see like a couple of snow blocks left in this direction. So I think that's okay. There's like no ice left. I think this is good. So let's look at a couple of other things. There's one thing I can't remember, but let's look at the build thing. There's these foliage things. And there's now a new dry grass texture. Which, if you have dry foliage, even. Let's redo this. If you haven't seen these, they look like this. So it's one axis here is humidity, the other is temperature, if I recall correctly. And the output is the color of the, in this case, foliage. Here's the grass one. And the dry foliage one looks like this. So that's how kind of the game decides on the default color if you haven't set one. And because I need to transform along that, there's I should probably be using these. Vanilla grass image. Okay. We want a dry foliage image here. And then where's this used? If foliage colors, no, okay, yes. So I think it's called dry foliage color. Yeah, it is. Why is there a diagonal line in that texture? Wouldn't that equate to an abrupt change in some places? No, because this is the default. This is basically used on a per biome basic. So it's not a dynamic thing. Sapiogenesis, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So if it was like fully dynamic and it was being used to calculate the grass color off of the temperature and humidity, then I think you're right. But also like the actual, was it grass that had, yeah, the actual range of this I think is just a lower triangle. Like I don't think that it's possible to end up here for whatever reason. Yeah, it's for leaf litter. Which dry foliage, sure. But if I run this again, we should get some changes. We do. Yeah, we get a dry foliage color in every single biome, basically. Which is... I don't know how much that's going to change things, but it should look slightly better at least. And that is not reloadable, so we have to cycle. Tried Serene Seasons mod recently, but now thanks to the stream I see that there's Seasons data pack. That might be a better choice. Well, maybe. I haven't seen Serene Seasons, I think, or if I have, I haven't like checked it out in particular. What I will say is this is still beta, and there are a bunch of quite notable caveats to it, especially you kind of can't get rid of it once you install it. So, you know, if you want to use it, try it out for a testing world or something, yeah, that's great. But just be aware that, you know, don't install it on the thing on a world if you want. Well, that's data pack reality. It isn't though, right? Normally you can install a data pack, and if you don't like it, you can remove it, and you remove the things that it added, right? You add some armor stand data pack, whatever, it adds a bunch of stuff, right? But this will break your world if you try to remove it. Found that the hard way that a world wouldn't load after data pack removed. Yeah, this is one of those, right? I do have plans to add support for basically turning seasons off, but I don't think we'll ever get to the point where we have like the ability to just straight up remove the pack. Okay, so that was the dry foliage color. That was one thing. The other thing that comes to mind, which is a very, very minor thing at this point, but it is still relevant, so we'll look at it. And that is the farm animal variants. Hi, Endermers. Yeah, some data pack that adds biomes would do it, yeah. Yeah, anything that kind of modifies world gen and then you try to remove it, it's not gonna be a great time. But yeah, farm animal variants or animal variants in general. Let's go find some files in the vanilla pack. That's why I'm not finding it. So let's look at chicken variant, for instance. This is the cold variant, and it's this, right? And because we're changing biomes, it's gonna take those biomes, and they're no longer gonna be in this tag. Was the Python on screen code generating the JSON? So this Python is taking the vanilla biome files, and it's processing them in a bunch of ways to be able to generate different variants of those biomes for the different seasons. That's the purpose of this. So it takes all of the, well, not all actually, it takes these biomes, and then like Grove is a winter biome by default, for instance, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. And then beach is the summer version of, and snowy beach is the winter version of beach, right? So yeah, there's a bunch of kind of declarations of how the vanilla biomes map into the season mapping of biomes, and then versions of the biomes are all generated. Because it would be an absolute mess to try to just do that manually. Then that would suck. Anyway, so we don't really need to modify the the animal variants. I don't. Well, actually, I can't swear about this. Is there some variant of something? Your cat variant, maybe? No, there wouldn't be. I'm thinking about if there's some variant of some animal or something that basically ties directly against a specific biome. But I can't think of any. Like, I think of a lot that bind towards these tags, but I think they're just a tag. What about the frog variants? Because if I recall correctly, those are like tied to biomes, and they're also considered temperate and whatnot, but they're different biomes. Oh, spawns cold variant frogs. Okay, so cold variant frogs and then cold variant farm animals. These already existed. The reason I'm saying this is not very important is that almost all of the passive mob spawning, which is what is driving all of this, happens with the world gen. And so that happens before we've been poking around at these biomes. It's only once we get to the point where you've kind of made a passive mob spawn farm that this matters.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season. Thank you, Zerk. Thank you so much for 58 months of support. I very much appreciate that. That is a long time. Thank you so much. But either way, we should probably extend these tags. Which would be under Minecraft tags function, tags world gen. Biome. Now these, I mean, what is in this? Oh, that is cool. You can just click into that. Oh, this is really annoying. I mean, it's going to be basically impossible to keep this. See you, laser mob. Almost none of these maintain their identity. You know, I mean, the end does, but otherwise, almost none of this maintains its identity as just a permanently wintry cold biome. So the only reasonable thing I could do is to say that wintry biomes spawn colder things, summery biomes spawn warmer things, and spring and fall biomes spawn temperate things. That's really the only thing I can do. Which maybe is good enough, because we are just talking about the case where you are making some weird, some really weird, like, would this cause a problem though? No, I think it would be fine. It's like a passive mob farm or something. So okay. Oh, I have, oh, that's weird. So we got tags for like non-fall things, and we've got tags for bare winter and snowy. Any beach. I probably need to generate more tags then. So we need a tag for each of... Yeah, I guess you should just generate tags for all fall biomes. Yeah, let's do that. It should be easy, I hope. Oh yeah, vanilla fall list. Yeah, I have these. That's fine. So we can. Oh wait. Non-winter. Oh, this is particular. Create tags for a certain ID. Right tag. Oh yeah, here. Oh no. I have to. Wildlife doesn't really change types with seasons. Maybe the biomes that have normal seasons should just be temperate. Well, I'm thinking about it mostly from a point of view, what is fun? Because what you'd not want normally is that, you know, cold things spawn in climates that are more cold. But there isn't really that concept. And so the more fun gameplay thing is, I think, that like an Arctic fox would spawn in the winter or whatever. I guess those aren't that, but or are they? Just randomly took that example. Or fox variants aren't even data driven, so never mind. Wolves are an interesting one. What is snowy wolf? Oh, here we go. All right, so that is tied. That is tied to a set biome. That sucks. Basically, it's kind of mostly fine because variants generally don't apply to things that don't spawn other than spawning wood world gen, and the only kind of place where it would be a problem would be if you make like a passive mob farm. It's a plugin. There's a plugin called Data Pack Helper Plus, or Spyglass, that adds a lot of just Minecraft like schemas and stuff to VS Code. Use your Mojang influence to get us data-driven Fox variants. I mean, it'll happen sooner or later. Like all of the variants and stuff are becoming data-driven, right? It's just, you know, one thing after the other. So, I mean, this sucks. The sound variants, they are just random, right? Yeah, they don't have spawn conditions. Spoilers. Data drive everything. So I could fix the wolf things. I would just have to. I would have to override all the wolf variants. The command no longer exists.
Yay.
Never kind of did that though. I think it was about spoilers for Triple H and stuff. Where are we at? We're there. Oh, that's good. I have no idea how to say that. Kevilinel? That's my best attempt. Thank you for the follow. So I would have to override all the wolf variants. And then for all of the farm animals and frogs, we can extend a bunch of tags. Yeah, that we do have. I mean, but that is the thing. Like, people go like, oh, you're talking about data driving fox variants or whatever, but it's no secret that we're working on just data driving a lot of stuff. That is not news. So, I mean, wolf variants. Well, I guess spawn conditions might have been introduced. I can't remember exactly which like snapshot series this was introduced in. There was a bunch of like normalization of the variant formats and stuff. But I'm thinking about how much value there is to even doing anything here, because even without any of this stuff, the game is essentially going to do the right thing. It's going to spawn the cold and warm variant farm animals and stuff in the right places. It's going to spawn the wolves in the right places. The only case where it isn't, well, the spawn chunks is much smaller now. Well, so the only case where it isn't is if you've essentially killed all the passive mobs. Which, I mean, strictly speaking, should be fixed, I guess, but it's not. That doesn't feel like a priority to me. Well, it looks like if you had a winter grove, then wolf would not spawn there by default, right? That's correct. That's correct. And in fact, that is exactly what the pack does, right? If we go back and look at these things, these mappings, then we'll say that grove is a winter thing. The vanilla winter maps to seasonal groves in winter, which means that we're going to generate a spring, summer, and fall version of grove, based on the fact that grove from vanilla is winter. Can you extend spawn conditions with a data pack? Now, well, I could replace them. So I could replace this with a tag in the pack. Let's just do that, and we can consider how good that is later. So that means wolf variants, because they are the only thing I know of that is like hard tied to biomes. So let's start with the wolf variant, which is in the Minecraft wolf variant. The Ashen one spawns in Snowy Taiga, which, okay, hold on. So old growth pine taiga. Spruce taiga. Okay, so and pale is just anywhere. I guess this pale is default. Don't need to replace pale then. Jungle. Am I extending? No, I'm not. Okay. Oh, okay, that's interesting actually. So is jungle. What else is jungle used for? Is there a chance that seasons will arrive at the mine? I don't know. Are you asking if there's a chance that it will be included in the game? Then there's no chance that this pack will be included in the game. I can't tell you anything that isn't announced about the game itself otherwise. Always wondered, can two data packs modify the same data table? For example, the biomes that an enemy can spawn in can be compatible with each other. Yes, if you have a tag. Two packs can add to the same tag, but two packs cannot like rewrite the same file. which is essentially what I'm intending to do here. But I got kind of a little bit stuck on the fact that this, which you maybe should look at the vanilla biome tags a bit more. Because essentially anything that... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is maybe a problem. So, let's look at this one, for instance. This is allows surface slime spawns, and it just hooks into a couple of swamps. So, slime spawns are going to stop working. I think more and more stuff has started becoming tag driven through this. So I probably need to what do I do? I mean, I could either extend all of these, or I could without zombie sieges. Wow. What do I do with Mushroom Islands? Is Mushroom Islands a part of this thing? Oh, yeah, mushroom fields are somewhere. Okay, interesting. I'm kind of thinking that I should make a thing that processes all these. Spawns snow foxes. Hey, look at that. Won't tag values also cause a conflict if the two beta packs modify the same one? Well, let me look at one of the tags that I've made. This. Replace false. So you can have a pack that says replace true, which means this tag will completely nuke the contents of this tag and replace it. Or you can have false, which adds to the list, right? Hey, this is gonna be more work to do. Hi, Phyllis. I'm doing good, thanks. Hey, Partik. We are working on... Well, I have upgraded the Seasons Pack to 1.21.5 now. Now we're kind of working on improving how it works. I think I want to go back to what I started with, which was basically making tags for all biomes that are fall, and for all biomes, like all summer. Hi, Gabriel. This is gonna suck, but okay. No, boy. Hello, the pack is awesome. Well, thank you. Let's see. All fall biomes. Extend that with fall list, please. Oh, dang. Well, I should do this in order. We are coming up on another ad break, I'm afraid. So we will run that, I suppose. Our list. and then we'll continue. So it'll be like a few minutes. It's a thing that I do because Twitch really likes forcing people to watch ads, and I can't really control it. I wish I could, but I can't. So we're gonna have to do that, and instead of people missing out on stuff while we run ads, I will be having a break. I'd never be able to make a data pack like this because I'd immediately get bogged down in devising a meta system of defining custom CSUs to avoid locking people instead of forcing them. Wow, okay. Hello, Fedran. Let's maybe scratch that then. We were just saying that we were about to take a break, but let's not. Let us instead snooze that. Thank you so much. I hope you had a fantastic stream today. What were you up to? Over here, we're working on the seasons pack, so welcome to Data Pack Land. Where am I going? This is starting to become a little bit of a mess, but it's fine. We're gonna write it. We just write. Or maybe is summer is a good one. It's spring. All winter biomes, all fall biomes. All right, so that should be writing out a whole lot of those things. Breaks are good for you. We respect the breaks. Take hourly breaks. That's nice. Yeah, mine are. What are they? They're an hour or two, right? I can't remember. It's a set schedule anyway. It's as if you don't get enough coded in this game for work. Actually, like this week was like 100% admin stuff and workshops and whatever for me. So no, not really. So now this fall looks like this. This seems reasonable. They were 90 minutes before, yes, but Twitch is, and they ran a lot shorter ads before, but yeah, Twitch uniquely positioned themselves in this horrorscape of internet garbage with ads everywhere. Twitch uniquely positioned itself as the site that had solved the content creation problem without forcing ads down everybody's throats with subs and bits and stuff. And then he got bought by Amazon and started pushing ads. It's still not even like making people that much money. It's just like internet companies that can't, like suits that can't understand how to make money unless forcing ads down people's throats. Dim Daviler, I can't tell you anything about the game that isn't already announced. Yeah, it's not really, like, it's not giving me much. It's not giving Twitch much. It's just not giving anybody much. Always done hourly breaks, but at least now I can pause ads on them. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer if not to be so strict. Or really, if I could make my own call, I would just not run ads. I'm sure it gives Twitch plenty. The advertisers are the ones paying. No, it doesn't. That's the thing. It's really not giving them much. Because they, there's revenue sharing and stuff. So like nobody's really like, and Twitch is like, their financials and stuff are available, right? So it's still not like a main income source. So it's just, but yeah, if I don't do this, if I don't run ads manually when we take a break and stuff, what happens is everybody who joins my stream gets a pre-roll ads, and that is, there's known data that this makes people leave. So really what they've done is implement a system that makes people leave their site, which is, you know, a certain kind of special. All right, we managed to make these. I think what I want to do is extend the Minecraft tags for biomes. Let's see if I can remember these. Spawns, warm variant farm animals, I believe is the exact name of that, but we'll double check it. Also kind of forces people to get turbo. Well, it doesn't because they don't advertise turbo anywhere. This should probably be called a .json to work. Warm variant would be in summer then. Do you want to snooze again? Yeah, we probably should. Let's do that. Thank you. I421. Thank you so much for 15 months. I also have turbo. Like, I like paying for services strictly because I think it's so much better for everybody. If everybody would just pay for things they liked, we wouldn't be having to have all these ads, stupidity forced down our throats, and we wouldn't have our personal data sold all over the place. It would be great. But instead, people have been accustomed to just getting everything for quote-unquote free, which is the main cause of this hellscape of internet. Alright, we're going to also do the same thing with spawns warm variant frogs. Actually, it's going to be exactly the same content, so that's fair. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium, I have Twitch Turbo. I was begging Twitter to let me pay for not getting ads, but then it got bought by Nazis. Too bad. It's not paying for that.
Yay.
Kizu, thank you for the follow. Let's double check these names. Your ads gone away yet? We're still pausing them, so they'll show up in time. Bombs.
Also, hello.
Hi, Clover. Thank you so much for 47 months. That's a number. That is certainly one of the numbers of all time. Good to see you. Spawns warm variant farm animals. Spawns warm variant frogs. Yeah. And so obviously then we need cold for both of those. But not temperate, because that's just the default, I presume. Last news. Okay, cool. I should get a ping here in a while then. So the cold variant ones are just is winter. Alright, so that's those. But I guess we just go through all of the... I mean, how structure doesn't matter. That's just world gen. Allows surface slime spawns. Allows tropical fish at any height. There's lush caves. We don't care about that one. That is not being seasoned. Now what I... Has closer water fog. I mean... Yeah, so these are going to break swamps and stuff. What I'm considering here is, should I Oh yeah, is Badlands. Like, dang. What I'm considering is if I should make something that automatically generates all of these. Andermers, you probably want to post stuff like that in the Discord. I mean, the easier thing to do is just go through these, add a bunch. I mean, let's look at the build thing again. I do want to save this. Why is it not saved? Okay. So let's look at swamps. Oh, they might not be included. Okay, so swamps are not included, so that's what saves them. But like, is forest, for instance, where's is forest used? Could be any number of things. Is jungle. So those are gonna fail. But it's also not is hill. Oh wow, okay. I think I might have to just case by case. Increased fire burnout. Is it this random? Okay. All right. We're just essentially copying all these tags and going through them one by one. This, oops, is not going to be super fun, but whatever. Oh, yeah, there's some interesting ones here, actually. Let's see. Tags, Minecraft tags, worldgen, biome. Boom. It's a whole list of stuff. Allows surface level. So let's replace false on all of these, and then seasons. Well, okay, these are just swamps, so we don't care about swamps. Just delete that. Allows tropical, don't care. Okay, I'm just gonna close all my open windows because this is being annoying. Has closer water fog. Swamps, don't care. This we do care about, I think. Now I need the build Python again. Surely, or are jungles just always warm? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, so jungles are also not included, so never mind that. Mushroom fields, however, we said were, so we don't care about that. But then hash seasons, any mushroom fields. Swamps, no. What do we do about snowy slopes? Why does it keep closing stuff for me? Snowy slopes. It's permanently winter. Frozen peaks, jagged peaks as well, swamp jungle. So all we want to do to this increased fire burnout is to add all of the seasons for mushroom fields. Badlands, okay, just keep open, pin, whatever. I think Badlands is permanently warm, but I'm not sure. Always summer biomes, yes. Jungle as well, and frozen peaks, snowy peaks. Hold on. Frozen peaks, snowy peaks. There's another one. Jagged peaks. Oh. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Jagged peaks is peaks. What else? Stony peaks, jagged peaks. Well, that's really annoying. I guess we're just gonna say that any peaks is just a part of this. This is the thing we're gonna run into a bunch here, is that the different types of vanilla biomes that are kind of only differentiated by being different seasons-ish, but then there's some random aspect of them, like increased fire burnout, that also is affected for some reason. Is Badlands fine? Is Beach not fine? Because these are both ash seasons on any beach. All right, well, we're coming up on the ads. We cannot snooze them anymore. Twitch must get its ad fill in to earn a few cents. You taught me how to use command blocks. Awesome. So sorry that you came in just as I have to take a break, but we'll be back in 3 minutes after this silly thing is done, and then we'll do more seasons upgrades for a little bit longer. See you soon. So you're still on 50. That's no good. Dude. Okay, now you're up again. Unbreaking Tubo. That's kind of garbage. You're down to 30. Okay, and Unbreaking 1. No good bow trade. No! Why? Oh, God. Okay, that's so bad. Oh. I didn't have that many spaces. Like, they were one apiece. I guess the good part about that is now I certainly have traded something else. So that will have unlocked, like, better prices.
What do I put in the corners? Do I not put anything?
At the underscore guy 1604 asked for this.
You got it, chat. You got your wish. How in the world?
Monster Hunter! Get in. $72 pearls. Alright, let's look at some stats, because that was fun. 72 pearls thrown. We mined 900 acacia logs and 155 oak logs. 95 hay bales. All of that traded. 2.49 luck. Wow. That's astoundingly awful.
Rebind walk forwards to control plus shift plus craft jukebox and play pig step.
We're not doing that challenge anymore, but thank you for the bits, man. Whoa!
This is such a good place to play pig step.
How? Isn't that just poison?
All right, we're back. And we're actually going to go back there. Keep going through all of this fun stuff. Deep ocean. What's my mapping for ocean? Ocean, cold ocean, ocean, deep ocean. Okay, so, yeah. Any deep ocean should exist in. That looked really weird though. Deep, cold ocean, deep ocean. Why am I not mapping? There was also a deep frozen ocean and deep lukewarm ocean in here. Deep lukewarm ocean for sure. Why? I guess I've considered basically that I want things that look kind of tropical to always be lukewarm. Oh yeah, it's just marked as like, what the heck do I do with this? How many FPS am I getting? 60 at the moment. I think I'm capped at 60 though. Yeah. So I just no idea what to do with lukewarm. But I haven't, well, lukewarm and like, yeah. Anyway, I think it's kind of fine to keep some areas of the ocean just be tropical. So that's deep ocean anyway, and don't care about forest. Oh boy. What do I map all of this stuff to? Because forests are really tricky. And just map forest to summer forest. Dark forest. Is that? Yeah. Okay, forest and dark forest. Birch forest. Flower forest. Okay, so I have all of those. Seasons, if I can spell. Any birch forest. And any dark forest. Seasons. Any dark forest. What are you doing in game? I mean, absolutely nothing. We're working on this pack. Hail Garden. Did I add that? Yeah, I did. It's fall. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Pale Garden. And Grove is... we're somewhere there. Yeah, it's just winter. Okay. I can't spell seasons anymore. I typed it too much now. And then Old Growth Birch Forest. Yeah, it's there. Okay, cool. Right. I want to see your maximum FPS. Why? It doesn't matter. It's useless. You go above like 120 or something, you're just wasting energy. And any kind of comparisons are garbage because my computer is doing 4 million things, including like compressing the stream in 4 different qualities or whatever. East Hill, Windswept Hill, Windswept Forest, Windswept Gravelly Hill. That is a really random set of things, which apparently is just has in common that it's a hill. Windswept Savannah, Windswept Hills. Okay, cool. So I do map all of those, and they're all mapped to windswept hills. So I guess if I just do hash seasons, colon any windswept hills, that should count for all of these. I thought only one stream is encoded on machine. Depends. Twitch is running a I can't remember what they call it. It calls them like experiment or something. But basically, you can opt in to do multi-encoding on your machine, and then you get the ability to run better quality on the top end. YouTube, I think, is still just accepting one. But yeah, the Twitch connection is currently doing multi-encoding on my machine, which means you're getting better quality at the top end, but also more load on my machine. Jungle is always summer, so we don't care. Mountain, oh, this might be tricky. Meadow, surely that's a yeah. Frozen Peaks is always winter. Snowy Slopes is surely always winter. Yep. And Cherry Grove is just God knows what do we do with it. I don't think I do anything. Oh, I do. It's a summer biome. Never mind. Okay, so Jagged Peaks and Stony Peaks are just peaks. Seasons, colon, any peaks, that's those two. And then seasons, hash seasons, any Cherry Grove, or that. You know how to make a biome in Minecraft? You have permissions for that? Like, can you make your own Minecraft? Yeah, anybody can make a biome in the data pack. For Java Edition. They are data driven. Which is what this pack does. It just like fakes seasons by using a whole lot of biomes. Some biome mods have winter variants for Cherry Grove. Well, apparently I have a winter variant for Cherry Grove in this pack also. But this is wildly incompatible with anything else, this pack. So I don't care what others do, really. Is Nether, we don't care about. Is Ocean, I guess we do. Is Deep Ocean, we've updated already. Frozen Ocean, I think I am including. Ocean, no, Cold Ocean and Ocean. Oh yes, because Frozen Ocean are just permanently winter because they have like icebergs, which would be really weird to start melting. But Ocean and Cold Ocean do exist, and they are just Ocean. So they are hash seasons, any Ocean. That includes cold, but then warm and lukewarm are just like always the same. This is Visual Studio Code. Is Overworld. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate this. I mean, the easiest way to do this, right, is gonna be also replaces default by default to false, right? I think so. I'm not sure. It might be worth just putting it in there explicitly, just because it should be there. So it's nice to take away the doubt. We're just seeing values, but what's the key? What do you mean? Values is the key. Alright, so overworld biomes, we're just gonna add everything by season. because the overworld is the only dimension that has seasons. So I think that's the easiest way to get every biome in there. When is Mojang launching version 1.21.6, and will they launch a new update or version? There is no information publicly available about that, so I will not be telling you. The parent or file container of values, I don't have a good way to show that on screen, so you'll just have to listen to what I'm saying. Is river. Surely I do rivers. River, yeah. It's quite complex setup also. But it's just, well, frozen river. Oh yeah, I do that. Okay. Any river, which counts for both frozen and non-frozen. Is overworld also contains cave biomes? That doesn't matter. I'm just adding to it. All I'm trying to do is make sure that my pack doesn't accidentally remove biomes from these. Because since I'm replacing the biomes in the world, if I don't add them back into these tags, they're going to disappear from the tags when they switch to seasons. It's nice to keep secrets. Well, it's not my place to reveal these things. My stream is not a source of news. It's just me doing stuff on stream, you know? I'm not going to be here on my spare time breaking NDAs. Savannah and Savannah Plateau are two different ones. So we need to do both those. Windswept Savannah was a part of... No, that's... that's... Windswept Savannah is folded into Savannah. Okay, so I don't need to do that. So this is any Savannah or any Savannah Plateau. So to explain what I'm doing is this is going through the contents of my data pack, which is implementing seasons in Java Minecraft. And currently what I'm trying to do is make sure that all the vanilla biome tags don't get broken by my tag, by my pack. Taiga. I think I have mostly one version of taiga. I guess not old growth pine taiga. Wait. Yeah, I do have those. Yeah, they're separate, but taiga and snowy taiga are just basically the same. So seasons, any taiga, snowy taiga. There we go. And replace false. Did I do that here? No, I didn't. Batsle. I can type. Okay, there we go. So is taiga. This is the last of the is something tags. Seasons. And this is necessary because I'm not actually adding seasons to Minecraft. I'm just adding, a whole lot of biomes that fake being in different seasons and then replacing the biomes to emulate seasons. And so if I don't add those new biomes into these tags, then from the game's point of view, they're going to be kind of removed. Mineshaft blocking. That seems like a world gen thing. I'm not going to cover about that. You sure you can type? I mean, I'm typing something. Why wouldn't you programmatically gen the JSON? Because it's not easily derivable what the contents of each of these should be. I asked myself that question at the start of this process and concluded I don't have a good way of knowing exactly what should be in each and every one of these. More frequent, that's just the tag contents. So is that. Polar bears spawn on alternate blocks. That is a garbage tag and it's just permanently winter stuff. Produces coral from bone meal in warm ocean, but warm ocean is permanently summer. Reduce water ambience is river. That's just the tag contents. Required ocean monument surrounding. It's just tag contents. That's fine. Snow golem melts. Oh, this is interesting. Does a snow golem melt in the summer? Like, surely it does, right? It seems like missing a replace false could be slightly disastrous. No, because replace false is actually default, I think. But I like it there just to remove any doubt. But because then if you read the file, you see that it's intentional, that it's not replacing something. I think snow golems should melt in the summer. Now the question is, do snow golems melt in the spring? I mean, they should, kind of. Right? They have non-winter. No, it's just a folder, right? Yes, can melt. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe you can list the monastical biomes in the doc for those that need to know. They are. Or at least to some degree. I've tried. Can melt. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense. Should melt if it isn't winter. Yeah, I think that is actually exactly what this is. All right, that's cool. Spawns cold variant farm animals. We did these. Again, didn't do this. Over here in Hungary, spring is literally colder than winter. I mean, can't account for everything. Desert, I'm quite sure, is just always summer. Yeah. So there you had that. Oh, what did I? So we don't need to overwrite that. Spawn snow foxes. Desert could be snowy. No. I mean, for the same reason, I feel like we should just be spawning snow foxes in the winter. Like I know it doesn't make sense, but foxes just spawning out of nowhere kind of just doesn't make sense anyway. And I think this is more fun. Yeah, Phyllis. Warm variants we've done. Spawn white rabbit. This is kind of also wintry stuff. Oh boy, is there hard-coded rabbit variant stuff somewhere? Are rabbit variants data-driven? I don't think they are, right? No. I don't know. So snowy taiga. This is fundamentally I guess I'm just gonna add is winter here because I cannot split that in a good way otherwise. So might as well just do the same. Antarctica is a desert, but it snows there. But Antarctica is like a permanent desert, and it snows there. It's not a seasonal desert. And all of Minecraft's deserts that it generates are warm deserts. Water on map outlines. So this I think is actually quite important, but it does have is ocean and is river in it, so it's fine. I'm glad I went through these because this could actually have messed up like maps and stuff, which I had no idea. Without patrol spawns is mushroom field, hard coded, so that needs to. That does need seasons any mushroom fields. Meanwhile, Gobi Sandbig gets snowed on. Yeah, but so the seasons I have in this are quite regular, kind of seasons as they appear on most of the kind of northern southern hemispheres that aren't, you know, too subtropical, tropical, and savannas, which are kind of rainy season, not a dry season. That's the two modes I have. Yes, you could add deserts, but you couldn't add deserts into either of those categories. You'd need to make a specific thing, right? So maybe at some point, I just haven't considered it worthwhile, and I don't think most people would like deserts to start snowing deeply for half the year. Doesn't Minecraft have snowy deserts as a biome? No, it has like frozen tundra or whatever. Like the rest of the game, the data pack mimics Sweden, well known for its badlands. I mean, most of Sweden is just jungles, right? Without Wandering Trader, the Void, that's fine. And then without Zombie Sieges is Mushroom Field, so that is the last one. Seasons, any mushroom fields. Cool. That is huge. I'm really glad we discovered that. And this, so the origin of this whole piece of work was I really wanted the kind of look at the variant spawns. But in the end, I don't care much about variant spawns. But what I do care about is all the other tags, because that is just like a lot of problems that could have come from those. Now, the thing that we didn't look at was these wolf variants. So, Snowy Taiga. I mean, I guess what I could do, we could do something like this. So in Snowy in Snowy Taiga, which is also seasons winter bear taiga and seasons winter snowy taiga, because taiga is kind of split into Snowy Taiga and Taiga from vanilla both map into just Taiga. There's a wiki page for ice desert biome. What? The Minecraft wiki. Ice desert. That is not a biome. I don't know if that ever was one that has been renamed something. But there's... Do you know any other programming languages? I know many. I don't know if even the only one that's been on stream is, well, I guess Minecraft Functions and Python have been on the stream. Neither are my main language in any sense of the word. Black wolves spawn in old growth pine taiga. Oh, that's going to be really annoying. I might need to just make tags for these, to be honest. I think we do that. Do I add them on the Minecraft or on the seasons? probably add them under Minecraft. It doesn't really make sense to have them under season. Wait, they're biome tags. Ice deserts were unused snow-covered biomes which existed prior to the Adventure update. These biomes were large sand flats with snow layer cover. Huh. Very old stuff. We'll make a folder here. Wolf variant bonds. Yeah, let's do this. Ashen. Oh boy. So then this can now be Wolf variant spawns Ashen. I mean, so there's certainly like more things that could be done that are like the game could generate more diverse biomes that represent more seasons. But that isn't what this pack is about. Okay, black. This is the vanilla value. But we're replacing it with a tag. So wolf variant spawns black. And then the reason I did that was now I can use a tag here. Is any old growth tag. Yeah, the Visual Studio Code and Minecraft are just two separate windows for me. Chestnut wolves. The longer the stream goes, the less I can spell things. Chestnut wolves by default spawn in old growth spruce taigas. Which now also needs seasons any old growth spruce taiga. This is a little annoying, but we'll get there. Maybe I'll make all of them.
Spelling is iffy occult.
Indeed. Thank you for the bits. You're not making Brian's job easy today. Spotted. Striped and woods. Woods. Stays on. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll make like a stub for all of these. We can just fill them in. Alright, so Rusty is jungle. Oh, that's interesting. Actually don't need that then, because it's already a tag and I don't change that. So I guess in the spirit of just overriding as little as possible, I'm just going to remove those. Snowy is a grove. That does need to be changed. Snowy. Annie Grove. Speaking is difficult as well, at least for Brian sometimes. I think speaking is probably difficult always for Brian, to be honest. Can't blame him. So is Savannah I have extended. So I think we can not do the spotted one. I should have checked this before. I made all the files, but okay. And then striped is Badlands. Okay. So I didn't need to do all of these. And then woods is just forest. So it's not the forest tag, it's just forest. Which is weird, but okay. Not seasons. Minecraft, wolf, where it spawns, woods. Which is, Minecraft forest and Ash seasons, any forest. I think we'll map to the right thing, but I'm not sure. Space is hard, words are harder. Yeah. Okay, so now I think we've got all of the animal spawns set up as well. Which we need to cycle the pack to see. I know what I'm doing. It didn't complain. Also, we are at the tail end of spring and everything has melted. So that is good. Space is empty, words are emptier. That's another version of it. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this will make a lot of difference, I think. In many subtle ways, but it will make the pack feel a lot less broken, which is good. What are we on time? I think we're running out of time, or at least I'm running out of voice, so I'm not going to keep going too long. But I do want to do one more thing, and that is to have a look at the... Let's see if we can find that. Snowable plants, because there are a bunch of new things. Words are very unnecessary, they can only do harm. Very good. Classic. So a bunch of new things have been added. So bush for certain, dry, short dry grass, tall dry grass. I don't have dead bush here, right? No. So I don't think I should have that either, because we're not like snowing in. Slash game mode Depeche. Nice. Firefly bushes, I feel like I don't want to know them over, because there's a thing that players will be placing down for effect and stuff. I'm not sure. Oh, there's an interesting thought. So brown mushroom, red mushroom are in snowable plants. And given that they now generate on top of fallen trees, which generate in a place where they will pop off if updated, I feel like maybe... Where's the thing? I'm in the wrong namespace. Function... Restore snowed plant. This I feel should maybe be strict. Should probably be strict. Oh, that's grass block though. I don't care about that one. It's restore snow marker, which is generated. Oh, but This should probably be first then. And then restore snow marker. Plant. Restore snow marker. Direct. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, I added bush. Okay. Well, let's keep looking at that then. Yeah, I think I want to keep that. Snowball plants. This execute if bit looks pretty impressive. Surely not datapack JSON. It's a Minecraft function. And some of this is also generated by Python. What else has been added? I can't add leaf litter and I can't add wildflowers because this is a list of things that don't have block states. And supporting block states here would mean I need to figure out how to represent them in the stored. It's not entirely infeasible, but I don't have that code, so it will just not work. Which is unfortunate, but that will have to be a later improvement. So it's really just bushes then, unless I want to do firefly bushes, but I don't think I do. What else was added? Is fern in there? Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, dry grass is only going to be in deserts and in badlands. Cactus flower doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think that's it. That looks correct. Cool. What if player places dry grass in another biome? Yeah, I mean, but that goes for everything, right? And then question is, do you want that to be snowed over, or is there a larger chance that that dry grass represents something else? And maybe it will just look really weird if it's snowed over. I think that is it. I'm going to reload this again. And then we are going to... Let's see. We'll just stay in game for now. It is currently day 75, which means it's 5 days away from summer. So we're just going to add 5 days. Now it's summer. Well, should be turning summer. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip right on into fall, and then we're going to do tick sprint for like 40 days or something. Can't wait to try this data pack in 1.21.5 sometime. So far, most data packs don't support the latest version, sadly. Quite a lot do. Wait, season 1. That looks really gray, but maybe that's okay. Trees are turning red. The few trees that are around here. Very nice. Hi, Thomas. Just came here. Do mobs change type like wolves when season are in? No. What I have done now, however, is if you have like a passive mob farm, then you'll get like cold mobs from that farm in winter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that the pack is much, much heavier during winter. But that is to be expected because all of the like spawning of markers to hide plants and whatnot. So tick sprinting works so much faster during non-winter. We're 2 days into fall now, and most things have, well, not everything, but most things have returned. So I think what we will do is add 18 days and just skip directly into winter. All right, and I've also basically turned off weather, so. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so this pack is pretty much only based on in-game time, but you could set the length of seasons with some commands and stuff. Hi, Ghost. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, folks. Hope you had a great stream today. We're kind of at the tail end of ours, but we'll make sure to share the love somewhere else later. I've been working on upgrading my seasons data pack to Minecraft Java Edition 1.21.5. And we're kind of just speeding through the days here to see how things look. We're kind of coming into winter now. And oh, there we go. It started snowing right on cue. It's really hard to see with all these particles, but oh boy. All right, thunderstorm immediately. 8 hours straight today. That's, you gotta respect the grind. Alright, the ground's properly turning white, so are the leaves slowly. Jesus. There's a mod for snow under trees. I assume it would be compatible with this. I have no idea. Depends on what it does. In general, I would expect this to be incompatible with basically everything. Alright, so we're getting snow piling up over there on a bunch of stuff. Like, I think snow accumulation is much faster from the game itself. And then anything that needs to be like replaced, like a plant that needs to be snowed in, takes much longer. So that's why it looks so spotty. But on the other hand, if... Wait, why are things still moving? That's weird. It's not snowing anymore. I mean, ice still freezing, which makes sense. Ideally, it just ignores leaves when deciding whether snow is placed on the ground when it's snowing. Yeah, so like the pack very much assumes that precipitation works the way, and snow accumulation in particular works the way it does in vanilla. It could be very broken by snow appearing in some place that it is unexpected. And I mean, this is still beta. For good reason, I think. There are going to be cases where that kind of thing really messes things up. I think the thing we talked about earlier about like making snow melt nearby snow when it gets hit is possibly a thing that would like fix some of those things. I think if, for instance, if I would take a snow layer and like put it under that tree, it would just never melt. And it could potentially also prevent some other things nearby from... Well, it would melt in the summer, I guess. One step away. But yeah, the water freezing over is actually really cool. I like how that's working out. Yeah, pack is out, but not this version of it. Because I've, been working on it on this stream. There's an exclamation point pack that will give you the GitHub link. But also it's on like Planet Minecraft and Modrint and CurseForge and all kinds of stuff. I'll make sure to get a new version of this up. It'll probably be tomorrow. How fast is the sun moving? It's still moving reasonably fast. Like, not much is going to happen during winter unless it snows. I guess the only thing that does happen is water freezes. That does mean something, though. Oh, well. Oh yeah, and tall grass doesn't snow in. That would be another thing that would potentially be nice to do. It's not terrible. My tab that had the stream open just crashed. It's not terrible because I think this still looks kind of okay. Because of the tinting. But it might be nice. I mean, it's also nice that the whole landscape doesn't become like one big just white blob. The snow melts/disappear when it rains? No, it melts when it becomes spring. It doesn't need rain. It needs snow, like it needs precipitation to appear. But it doesn't need precipitation to go away. Oh, this looks like it's mostly doing a good thing. It's day 3 of winter only. So, like, you can tell that the speed up of days is slowing down. Because there's more and more and more stuff for the game to process. As the more, like, plants and stuff end up getting snowed in and whatnot. Hi, Akoi. You're joining in at the very tail end of this. Good to see you. My dude, thank you so much for 65 months. It's over a stack. Oh, my boy. Was out and about with the kids, just finished grilling. Oh, that sounds nice. Would it be possible to make days shorter during the winter? Not really. Like, you like shorter days, longer nights, right? And you could probably do something like that, but I think it would be just be janky like crazy. Because, like, you can't affect the actual flow of time. So you'd need to skip some ticks during the day, and then you'd need to like pull time back a little bit, so like it becomes midnight a little longer or whatever. So I think it would be really janky. It might be nice, but my impression right now is it would be just more jank than it's worth. That would be interesting, actually. Given that, well, I was gonna say it would make the game harder because mobs would spawn more, but then all the snow all of here, I guess, would act kind of like slabs. So I guess it wouldn't. One of the first command contraptions I made was to make days longer and nights shorter. But yeah, if you look up at the sky, it becomes noticeable. Yeah. So time modification kind of works better in newer version of the game, but if you do that kind of thing, it still is noticeable because you kind of see the skip of the moon or whatever. I mean, I think at this point I'm quite happy with how winter works. The IRL game is harder during winter. I don't want to think about that. I've lived through that too recently. Too soon. Nice. Okay, so we got a beautiful clear sky winter day. Does the snow always accumulate during the winter or when whether it's raining? Well, it has to be snowing. And it's mostly the game doing it. It's not the pack doing it much. The pack snows in plants. We're on day 44, which means we're 4 days into winter. So I am at this point going to skip ahead to spring. Yeah. So now we're in spring. Yeah. So ice is starting to melt. Starting to see a little bit of green in the plants over there. Snow is melting, I think. Yeah. Kind of see snow melting. The snowing in of plants is also only enabled when it's raining, I assume. Yes, I'm quite sure. The Great Thaw, yes. I would assume that it's not sabiogenesis. Is it possible to make a data pack making the sun go backwards? I mean, the same thing, right? Yes, but it would be very glitchy. You would kind of see it skipping backwards because there's no real support for it. You would be faking it, if you will. And in some cases, faking it can work kind of reasonable. I mean, this pack is kind of all smoke and mirrors as well, but it's less janky than that would be. Imagine it's chaos of snow melting, creating water sources. That actually happened it was a bug in one of the early versions of the pack where it would melt ice on the sides of mountains and create like huge cascading waterfalls. What would happen if you made Minecraft time move backwards into negative instead? You kind of can't. I don't think you can set the time to a negative value. Can't test right now though because this pack is dependent on time. But is that snowy tree, snow under tree mod thing, is it a generation or is it just like constantly? Because if it's generation, then it doesn't matter for the mod, but it still might matter for the result of this pack. Because I could see this pack being sensitive to how snow ends up being placed during snowfall. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that it doesn't work well. I would assume that there's some that I know it's going to confuse the pack for sure. That there is snow in a place where it doesn't expect snow to be. So it's kind of interesting actually, because it's all like the water freeze. Oh wow, that was a big burst. Water freezes. Oh yeah, it's frosted ice and it only melts when it has sunlight. So all of the ice that got like kind of quote unquote melted during the night only melted in the morning. That's interesting. Is my sense of perspective broken and there's snow under one of the trees? I think it's just perspective. Yeah, so what I was going to say before I noted that interesting quirk is that all of the ice freezes from the edges, but it's melting randomly, which is interesting. I am aware of the snoozes. Thank you. So yeah, we're going to be wrapping up. Otherwise, we are forced to do ads in 5 minutes, and I cannot do so much longer. And I don't want to force people to sit through ads when we're not going to be going long anyway. So we'll figure out where we're going. Do a raid on the good old Twitch, and then we'll wrap up. And yeah, I will likely be posting this version online tomorrow. Would making the sun going backwards with texture pack with the time of day? I mean, no, not really. Also, don't really see what the point is, because like it's still gonna kind of be the same thing. All you've really done is turn the compass upside down, right? You switched east and west. It's still the sun still rises, goes across the sky, and then sets on the other side. It's just going the other direction, and now glitchy. All right, we're gonna head over to Clover, who's a great Minecraft bingo streamer. We'll see how much he's even started. Yeah, this has been good. Thank you so much for today. Join that raid if you're on Twitch. And yeah, I should be able to stream tomorrow. We'll see a little bit. I'm still adjusting back after not being, deathly ill anymore. Thank you, Akoi. Place the best map ever created. Hashtag unbiased opinion. Yes, absolutely. It's good that we have somebody of a very neutral stance and that we can really trust. Great authority. All right, thank you, folks. It's gonna take too long for winter to melt away. I mean, yeah, no, so you're gonna let the seasons pack release on 1.21.5 before Fetcher. Anyway, thank you. I'll see you all tomorrow or some other time. It's been good. Take care. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is in your time zone. Have a good one.